Hi, I'm Tatum Maxwell. I'm running for class president. You should vote for me because I will make this 2022's class unified and make this year a great one.
Hello, my name is Laurel Adams and I am running for freshman class president. As your president, I would do everything in my ability to make your freshman year as amazing as possible, and I will never make a promise to you that I cannot keep. So vote for me.
Hi, I'm Isabel Turner and I'm running for freshman class president. If elected, I would promise to run the extra mile to make sure our class is the strongest yet. Vote for me.
Hey, what's up, Wando? My name is Bella Yulo and I'm running to be your 9th grade class president. As your class president, I will promote all sporting events, music events, any clubs at Wando. I'm a Wando volleyball player, so I know what it's like to want support. I will bring friends and a bunch of other people to show support for Wando. As your president, you can trust me and come to me with any questions. Please vote me, Bella Yulo, for your 9th grade president.
Hi, I'm Anna Scott Nuttall. I'm running for your freshman class president. I want to run for freshman class president so I can get the freshman class involved in school-wide events. I'd keep us all posted on our Mind 101, so vote for me.
Hey Wanda, freshmen. I'm Caroline Bull, and I'm running to be your next 9th grade vice president. A vote for me is a vote for a friend you'll always have in the class of 2022. Vote for me, Caroline Bull, 9th grade vice president.
Hi, my name is Ashlyn Brown and I am currently running for your freshman class vice president. I want to be freshman class vice president because I want to help people feel more involved and welcomed at Wando. So vote for me, Ashlyn Brown.
Hi, I'm Brent Dybick and I'm running for your freshman class vice president. I want to run to make your school year as fun and successful as possible, so vote for me for your vice president.
Hey Wando, I'm Ellie Grace Goodwin.
And I'm Finn Carlin.
And welcome to the first episode of Tribe Talk.
This week on the show we have Hurricane Florence, licensing for tour guides, student council, and unified sports.
On the week of September 9th, Hurricane Florence swept through the East Coast, causing multiple states to declare a state of emergency.
While we did not feel the full effects of the storm here at home, many residents still evacuated both Mount Pleasant and Charleston alike.
Salome Stork met with News 2's Rob Fowler to dig deeper into the effects of the storm in both the real world and journalistic communities.
So how do you think the storm has affected the Mount Pleasant area?
Well, I think obviously it could have been much worse in terms of the actual impacts. We got very lucky, but at the same time, I think it got people thinking about and preparing for potentially a storm. And it's always nice to keep it top of mind. Even if we don't have something, preparing is certainly a great way to go. That way, when it does happen, if it does happen, you don't have to worry about running to the stores and getting all those last minute supplies. You've already got them.
Well, why do you think that South Carolina has decided to take such an extensive procedure on storms like Florence?
I think, Salome, I think it's the population. There are so many more people who have moved here, and I think the governor and all those folks who are responsible for making sure we stay safe have some tough decisions to make, and part of that is it takes a lot of people to get, a lot of time to get people out.
Absolutely.
So I think the population growth in the Charleston area, you guys know, all of you guys know that you drive around town and the traffic is getting almost ridiculous, but that's because people love to come to an area where they can drive 10 minutes to the ocean. So hurricanes unfortunately affect us and impact us, and we've got to be prepared, and one way to do that is knowing what you're going to do. And evacuation is one way to do it. So I think they've got to have a plan. Going back to 1999, Hurricane Floyd, there wasn't much of a plan.
Right.
It created a major tie-up on the freeways, and I think a lot of people were very resentful for that.
In recent news, we've seen that many news outlets have decided to create more of an excitement throughout the population with the way that they cover their stories.
Right.
So why do you think that is?
You know, I hate to say it, but there's so many places for you to get information, and everybody's kind of, you know, trying to get that little piece of the pie. We want to be that source of information. Some folks have taken the kind of the opinion, if I kind of play it up a little bit, maybe people will watch me. Our philosophy here at News 2 is to just give you the facts, try to get them to you as low-key as we possibly can, not to cause any kind of a panic, and then you, as an individual, have to make a decision about what you want to do with the information we give you.
Do you have any personal advice to give to somebody who isn't necessarily accustomed to natural disasters?
Yes, you know, I hate to say it, I wouldn't want someone to go through it to learn a lesson, but I think listen to folks around who have been through, whether it be a hurricane, whether it be a tornado, whether it be an earthquake, which we don't have that often, but we're susceptible to just flooding on a normal sunny day because of the tidal situation. So I would say ask questions, listen to people, educate yourself as much as possible, and just know what the potential hazards could be. That's probably the best advice I could give.
Well, it was a privilege to get to interview you.
Well, thanks. Thank you guys for coming. I appreciate you hanging out with us.
Wanda hosts a wide variety of clubs. One of these student-ran clubs is the Cyber Defense Club. Here, students are taught computer basics from programming to coding.
The Cyber Defense team is really just more of a general club. We teach pretty much all computer skills, but we do it through the use of a focus.
Club is for anyone that wants to learn, essentially. It's for anyone that wants to come in and say, I want to learn something new.
You know, we'll all walk in, there's food, there's drink, and we'll chat for a while. Probably a little longer than we should. We compete in 2 major competitions.
Throughout the beginning of the year, we compete in something called Cyber Patriot. At the end of the year, we compete in what's called PDFC, which is Digital Forensics Competition Invitational at Triton Tech.
We train up to those, and by doing that, we'll teach every computer skill, from how to use a computer to how to use a command line to how to write programs.
We just kind of want to spread awareness about it and to provide a source of knowledge for anyone that might want to come in and just learn and help us compete in competitions.
There's no experience required. That seems to be our biggest barrier, is people think this is too technical for me. It really isn't that technical.
I mean, I was kind of afraid my first year, but I mean, I have an 8-year contract with the National Guard. I'm going to get essentially paid to go to USC. So I have a really big future ahead of me, and I didn't really know anything to begin with my first year.
It's not challenging once you get into it.
This has been Lori Harvin reporting for Tribe Talk.
Historic tours have been a huge part of the culture here in Charleston for decades. However, the process of receiving a license to give these tours has been a recent topic for controversy.
Christian Crone gives more insight on the issue.
Recently, there's been a lawsuit against the City of Charleston regarding tour guide licensing. The plaintiffs believe that the licensing process hinders their First Amendment right, while other tour guides believe that the licensing process is an important step in tourism here in Charleston.
A licensed guide, you're going to get factual information that is true, that is accurate. Unlicensed guide, you're going to get information that could be true, could not be true, could be made up. The city of Charleston was sued in reference to the mandatory licensing of tour guides here in Charleston. The trial happened back in April, and we heard back from the judge's ruling in August. And unfortunately, the city of Charleston lost that lawsuit. They could no longer require mandatory testing to be a tour guide here in Charleston. It has to be voluntarily now.
And the way the tourism ordinance was developed and the tour guide testing is, Charleston very early on saw that tourism is an economic development tool, and so they were very protective of that brand. Hundreds of people have passed this test in the past, so it can't be too difficult. I don't think this is exactly rocket science, and it is a tough test. I'll be the first to say that. We feel that it is important, if people are going to be representing the city and making money. Keep in mind, at the bottom of all this, at the foundation of all this, this is a business enterprise. And like many other business enterprises, people have to pass tests. And so that has been the city's position, and it remains the the Tourism Commission's hope that a test remains part of the licensing process.
Well, I just feel that it is important, the licensing is important, because when you study for a test to become a tour guide, and this 500-page book is your that's your reference that you go by, you've really accomplished something, and it really does lay a foundation to learn a lot of things about the city which you thought you knew. This happened to me when I first studied for the tour guide. I was really shocked at some of the things that I did learn in there, that I live in the city, I thought I knew it, but I really didn't know it all. And so I have a lot of respect for people who take the test and pass the test. It just means they're serious about what they want to do, and there is a level of professionalism that's included in this too that I think is important in a city like Charleston as we become more and more a target for tourists that want to come here and learn about our city. The more professional we can be, the better picture we give of our city.
This has been Christian Crone reporting for Tribe Talk.
And here are the stands. And the far left of the stands is reserved to the band, and in the middle is reserved for the VIP members, and then the far right belongs to the Chop House. We have 2 concession stand areas underneath the seats and a nice food truck parking lot where you can get whatever you need. There's a press box where the cameras are set up to get that great replay action.
Wando hosts a variety of school and community-wide events every year, all of which that require a lot of planning and fundraising. However, the group that is behind orchestrating these events continues to go unnoticed.
Aiden Lassiter reports on how Wando's Student Council and its members play a role in the school's affairs.
Although most of us know what Student Council is, very few of us know what exactly they do or who's even in it. Today, we take a look at what is Student Council and how they help us.
As student body president, I'm in charge of overseeing the entire student council organization. So I lead all of the meetings, I design the website, and I help out lead all of the events in any way that I possibly can. My goal for student council is to spread student involvement. That's going to come with what I'm creating. It's called One Tribe. And it's going to bring all the leaders of the clubs together. And that's going to be a way that we really share with all of the other clubs what's happening at student council and what's going on in the school.
As senior class president, I'm mainly in charge of communicating with my class. That includes the Remind 101 and email. I send out updates on school events, football games, sports, and graduation updates, anything that they need to know. And I'm also in charge of planning the semi-formal dance in February. My goal specifically for Student Council is to have a greater sense of school spirit and community.
So in Student Council, I'm one of the co-spirit chairs, so my job is to put on homecoming. I'm in charge of homecoming court, spirit week, door decorating, hallway decorating, and second spirit week, as well as leading the pep rallies. So in Student Council, our main goal is to promote school spirit and student involvement. So basically in the class during 5th and 6th period, our goal is just to get as much done as possible, whether that's decorating in advance for Spirit Week or doing anything like that just to prepare us so we don't have to stay as late during Spirit Week trying to get everything done. We try to prepare as much in advance. In class, we are working as a team always, and that environment really helps us accomplish everything we need to conduct a successful Spirit Week. I would definitely recommend getting involved in Student Council this year. We've definitely limited the number of general members we have, but even though we've limited the number of general members, we're still able to get that involvement and that participation that we're looking for. And for people that are looking for ways to get involved and help out and generate school spirit, Student Council is definitely a great way to do that.
This has been Aiden Lassiter reporting for Tribe Talk.
Here are your dress-up days for this year's Spirit Week. Roll right out of bed and into the building for Morning Monday. Show your team spirit for Totally Obsessed Tuesday. Rock your red, white, and blue for We the People Wednesday. Show off your beachy side on Tropical Thursday. Wear all black for Blackout Friday. The homecoming dance is Saturday, October 6th from 8 to 11 p.m. You can buy your tickets beforehand during all lunches for $10 or buy tickets for $15 at the door.
Do you want to show your school spirit? Hungry for some cheap and tasty snacks? Thirsty for discounts? The Wando School Store has all of that and more, open before the first bell rings and during all lunch periods. The store has a large selection of school merch ranging from shirts, to hats, to sweatpants, and much more. Take your pick from a variety of snacks and purchase some discounted 75-cent drinks on every Thirsty Thursday. So what are you waiting for? Come on down to H104 and visit your school store today.
Pride to me just means being able to live your life as the person that you are and being happy with it.
Hey, my name is Ashley Merwin. This is my first year here at Wando. I teach Math Ready and Compressed Algebra 1. Before this, I worked at Rockville High School in Rockville, Maryland, and this is my 5th year teaching.
Hi everybody, I'm David Lemax. I teach Media Tech at Wando High School. Very excited to be here, have a great group of students this year. I have a master's degree in video production from Savannah College of Art and Design. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Erica Young. My students call me Senorita Young. I teach Spanish here, Spanish 1 and Spanish 2. Last year I taught at a middle school in Dorchester District 2 in Somerville. And prior to that, I taught at a high school in Philadelphia, PA, go Eagles. And super excited to be at Wando this year.
Wando has always been known for its outstanding sports programs. However, many students are looking beyond the school for athletics.
Mount Pleasant's unified sports programs, partnering with the Special Olympics, offer an array of different activities to an exceptional group of players. Lauren Culkin has a story.
Sports have always been an essential part of the lives of many students, but recently, a special group of players have stepped up to the plate. With the goal of unifying both exceptional and general players alike, unified sports have shown that anyone can master the game.
If we could put a nail in that shoe, we would. That's the ball.
Unified sports is programming for athletes with disabilities playing alongside of athletes without disabilities. So we take athletes of all ages, and then we have peers who are our unified partners, and they all get to play on teams together.
I chose to volunteer because I currently work at a golf course that helps kids learn how to play golf at a younger age, and I thought it would be a great idea to go into volunteering for Unified Golf.
For some community service projects, they might be going and they're helping people in a way but not directly interacting with them. And so I think directly interacting with the athletes is what that experience is all about and makes a difference in which community service they may choose.
I like at this age for probably teenagers, it's some fun little after school kind of thing to do. Like you make more friends and everyone has a different thought process and everything like that, so you kind of have to respect each person in their certain way, and I would say you should definitely join, and I think it's a great opportunity for after school activities.
These programs are for the experience. It's a chance for them to get out and do a sport like any other person would do. It's a chance for them to come out and meet new friends.
I like to play United Sports because I like to play golf. It's our favorite coach.
10 years ago, 15 years ago, opportunities like this did not exist. So it's giving them a way to be a part of society like any other person is. You come out one time and just give it a try. You just kind of get thrown into things and you'll see how the athletes will embrace you and you will just really start enjoying yourself, and I think that's all the motivation you'll need to come out and do this.
This has been Lauren Culkin reporting for Tribe Talk.
My name's Lisa Gloria, and this is a day in my life. past 3 years, I have done dance at Wando, and I'm going to be enrolled in it next semester, and I'm also majoring in dance. I have English 101 first, and then I have Marine Science, and then I have Gov. So right after school, I will drive straight to the dance studio so I can clean it up a little bit and just get ready for classes and get there enough time for assistant teaching. And then I will take my classes, and I will usually finish around 9 and stay back until 9:30. It can sometimes be difficult to balance dance and school because I will be there for very late nights. Sometimes I'm there for a lot of the weekends, so I really have to work on time management so I can get my homework done while still being able to take all my classes and not have to miss any. So I've been dancing since I was 3, and I haven't ever stopped. I've always been doing it. It's always been a constant in my life. For the future, I definitely think I'm gonna go into dance teaching, which is why I'm doing a lot of assistant teaching right now. I like to help teach classes because I feel like you can greatly influence a younger kid's life, because I know it definitely influenced me when I was younger to keep dancing. So the styles of dance I do is jazz, contemporary, hip-hop, ballet, and modern. And contemporary is probably my favorite just because it's one of the easiest dances that you can convey emotion. So if I'm having a bad day or if I'm just needing an outlet, it's usually the one that I turn to. One of the ways that dance has impacted my life is from dance. I've just always had a group of people that always had my back and was always supporting me throughout my life. So I've always been loved and cared for by a group of people, which is probably the thing I like most about dance, is that everyone's there to support each other and experience it together. So it's a really nice thing.
Thanks for watching Wando, and make sure to follow us on Instagram and Snapchat at Tribe Talk WHS.
Also, stay tuned for the first edition of Tribe Talk Presents.
This has been Ellie Grace Goodwin
and Finn Carlin signing off.
Thank you.